Alright. My friend wants to get into SF5 and he wants to play Zeku. I told him he's hard for a beginner, but he refused to listen because he heard people online saying SF5 was easy. How do I tell him that he's not the shit? Well, here's what I'll tell you. I think you can start with any character you like, and I think playing Zeku at the start is fine if that's who you want us to play. But what I'll tell you is this. Fighting games sort of go like this, right? In the sense that, like, when you start, you think you're about here. Like, how do I explain this? Let me think. Hold on, I'm gonna need some light on myself. This game is too dark. Is that a little better? All right. Here's how I'll explain this. When you start fighting games or any competitive game like this, you'll think that you're here when you first start. You'll be terrible. You'll learn a little bit, and so you'll start to rise, and you sort of end up feeling like you're right here, and you feel like, yeah, I'm really great at the game, right? But then very quickly, you start getting beat up by people who are way better than you. And the more you learn about fighting games, the more you realize how bad you are. Like any game, right? The more you play, the more you realize how truly bad you are. Like, the more now, when I play Street Fighter, I think I'm terrible, right? In Street Fighter 4, for instance, I thought I was the shit when I hit 2,000 player points, right? By the end of Street Fighter 4, I was at 4,500 player points, and I thought I was terrible. I was like, man, I could be so much better at this game, you know? I could be so much better at this game. Like, as you learn something, you realize how much there is to learn. So, the context is when you start, you can't possibly know how much depth there is in a game, so you feel like you'll be great at it. But as you play, you'll learn there's more and more and more and more and more to know, and you're just like, oh my god, there's so much that I can understand. So, yeah, your friend, he'll realize it eventually just because, you know, that's how it goes. You realize eventually that there's so much to learn, and you either decide to stick with it because you enjoy playing the game enough to learn and you want to improve, or you decide that it's a little too much for you and you don't want to do it, and that's fine as well. Almost as fine as Lean Goy giving me that $4.99. Mighty fine. Thanks very much for the sub. It's very kind of you.